I played, to the huge, great crowds on the Pyramid stage. I did our first Africa Express here, an all-nighter. I've done Blur right back before Britpop on the NME stage. I played loads of tents. I've done everything round. I've Good, the Bad, and the Queen. I played with Bobby Womack here. I mean, it's a really it's part of my life. I owe so much to this.
And now you're playing to
this beautiful.
And now you're
farm.
playing. Now you're playing to the cows.
I've always liked playing to cows. I find cows a very sympathetic audience. We've got this beautiful countryside, so it makes me smile.
I'm going to try and avoid getting drawn on. I'm going to try and avoid getting drawn on Brexit issues because you have been outspoken about it. And one question: how about
we've all forgotten about
it's going to create
the pandemic. We've all forgotten about.
Well, we kind of have, but your industry's going to want to travel again, aren't they? You're going to want to go on tour.
But it's not just us. It's like it's allowing that conversation between the rest of the world and this island. Don't forget, we're an island. We can't easily travel without kind of the goodwill of other people, and we've lost a lot of goodwill in Europe especially, and it's just such a shame that I've got friends who live especially in Iceland, and they're saying they can't even come into the country. Artists can't come into this country anymore, and so we're losing that. We're suffocating a bit culturally because of this sort of spell we were all put under.
But equally, I mean, someone in your position, you've got a team. When you want to go on, it'll happen. But if you were kind of, teenager Damon Albarn trying to get into the music industry, and
with the Idols over breakfast about this idea of just imagine what it had been like for us. I mean, for me, I started in 1988, a long time ago now, and I haven't really had anything to stop me just fulfill my wildest dreams. There's been no full stops really, and maybe a few commas, but
the young musicians.
But last year there was an end really, and so I can't imagine what that's been like. And then when everyone wakes up out of this, and thankfully we're sort of into a new phase, they're going to realise they can't actually travel. Not in the way they used to, because of all the visas that everyone's going to have. It's not going to be as simple as just getting on the train and going over to Europe anymore, which is kind of catastrophic for the arts, because we rely on everybody. Not just the farmers rely on it, the fishermen rely. We rely on our close, relations with our European partners. So it's a shame. That is a great shame, but one of the positive things is that we've all spent a lot of time
outdoors.
Outdoors, and it would be wonderful if we're becoming healthier as a country, because if you look pre-pandemic, the biggest problem they've identified was obesity, and that's why we had such problems. So if we can meditate on those kind of issues for a while and just sort of improve the mental, spiritual health of these islands, it would be a positive thing. And this has always been a kind of place where those sort of
people come here for well-being,
wholesome sentiments are expressed.
One last question: you put your name along with a raft of other musicians to a letter recently on the issue around streaming.
Yes.
How you sense reading the letter that there's a lot of very angry people about the deal that the musicians are getting. What do you make of it?
We've always had a bad deal. I mean, record labels with CDs, it was outrageous what the percentage cuts back in the day, but no one cared because they were selling a lot of CDs, and I suppose everyone over. But that kind of sort of relationship between the industry and the artist has always been a bit unbalanced, and I suppose it's just become very acute because people have had their main source of income, i.e. touring, just evaporated, and it's
not getting money from there.
It's not, I mean, realistically, it's not really going to start kicking in again until next year. You know, that's a long time for some people to wait. And